All right, let's talk about something you see every single day on a motorcycle, but probably don't really see the chain. Yeah, that simple loop of metal. What if I told you it's actually one of the most high tech, hardest working parts on your entire bike? Seriously, let's dig in. So, let me ask you a question. What do you think is the hardest working part on a motorcycle? I mean, the engine's a good guess, right? The tires, maybe. You could argue for any of them. But today, we're going to make the case for the humble drive chain. Think about it. It's under constant, incredible stress. It's totally exposed to the elements, and, well, it's absolutely vital. I mean, its job is so simple, but so critical. It has to take every single ounce of power your engine makes and get it to that rear wheel. That's it. It's the final crucial link. No chain, no go. You're just sitting there making noise. And don't think for a second this is some tiny niche part. The global market for motorcycle chains, we're talking a staggering $3.8 billion in 2024 alone. A number that big tells you something, right? It tells you just how essential and actually how technologically significant this little part really is. Okay, so try to imagine what it's like to be a motorcycle chain. It's brutal. It is a constant, never-ending battle. You're fighting friction from just moving, you're fighting corrosion from every drop of rain, you're dealing with insane heat, and you're getting slammed by dirt, dust, and road grime 24/7. It's got to be one of the most hostile places on the entire bike. And really, the difference couldn't be more stark. On one side, you've got an unlubricated chain. That means high friction, rust, power just whoop vanishing, and a constant maintenance headache. On the other side, a lubricated chain. We're talking a long life, peak performance, reliability. It all comes down to one simple truth. For a chain, lubrication is, well, it's everything. So for years and years, the only answer was just slathering on these messy external lubes that you had to reapply all the time. It was a pain. But then some clever engineers came up with this incredibly elegant solution that just changed the whole game: the sealed chain. So, what is a sealed chain really? The best way to think about it is like a whole bunch of tiny, perfectly protected vaults. Engineers cleverly place these little precision rubber seals right between the plates. And those seals have two jobs. One, to permanently trap a special kind of grease inside the rollers. And two, just as important, to keep all that nasty dirt and water out. Of course, the technology didn't just stop there. These seals have evolved. The original design was the O-ring, a simple circle. It had one point of contact, one sealing point, and it worked. It was effective, but it did create a bit of friction. So then came the X-ring. It's way more advanced. Its special shape creates multiple sealing points, so you get an even better seal. But here's the magic part. It also dramatically reduces that rotational friction. And what does less friction mean? More power getting to your wheel right where you want it. All right, but what about that stuff that's sealed inside? The secret sauce. Because let me tell you, this isn't just some grease you pick up at the hardware store. Not even close. We're talking about a highly engineered, almost scientific formula designed for one very specific, very brutal job. I mean, check this out. The base oil, it's synthetic, not some basic mineral oil. The formulas themselves are, get this, pharmaceutical grade. We're talking extreme purity. Then it's packed with all these special additives to handle insane pressure and stop wear and tear. It's engineered to be super sticky, to adhere right where it needs to, and to stay stable even when things get really, really hot. This stuff is seriously high-tech. Okay, so all this lab coat science stuff is cool, right? But so what? What does it actually mean for you out there on the road? Well, the real-world payoff is, it's massive. And here it is, the punchline. You take one of these modern pre-greased sealed chains and compare it to an old-school unlubricated one, you're looking at a 200 to 300% longer life. That's not a typo. That's potentially triple the mileage, triple the life, all because of that special grease sealed inside. It's just a huge leap forward. And hey, it's not just about how long it lasts, it's also about power. A good sealed chain can improve your power transmission by 8 to 15%. Now, what that means is that's power that isn't being wasted as friction and heat. It's power that's actually making it to your rear wheel, so you get better performance, maybe even better fuel economy. So you see, this tech really benefits every single rider out there. It doesn't matter who you are. If you're a daily commuter, you're looking at maybe 40 to 60% less maintenance. If you're a racer on the track, this means maximum power and faster lap times. And if you're an adventure rider, it's the ultimate protection from all that dust, mud, and water you're plowing through. So, where do we go from here? You might think, okay, a chain is a chain, we've pretty much perfected it. But you'd be wrong. The innovation isn't even close to being over. In fact, it's actually speeding up. Just look at the numbers. The market is projected to hit over $6.4 billion by 2033. You just don't see that kind of growth in an industry that's standing still. It's all being driven by constant R&D. We're talking new materials, better lubricants, brand new technologies. And this is where it gets, well, really cool. The next big thing is what they're calling smart chain technology. Just imagine for a second. Your chain has tiny, integrated sensors, and they're monitoring everything in real time. The chain's condition, the tension, even the lubrication level. Your bike could literally tell you, hey, I need some attention, long before it ever becomes a problem. You know, this kind of tech leads to a really big, thought-provoking question, doesn't it? As all these different parts on our bikes and cars get smart enough to monitor their own health, to predict what they need, are we heading towards a future where our vehicles pretty much maintain themselves? It's a fascinating idea to chew on, and it all started with taking a closer look at the hidden tech inside that unsung hero, the motorcycle chain.